Assalamu alaikum students, how are you? In the last class we had discussed the topic of torque. We will further discuss the topic torque by an example of lever. What is lever? A rigid bar is placing over a fulcrum, then this type of apparatus is called lever. What is how can we discuss torque in this machine? Then we can say that if we apply any of the effort or any of the load on this bar, then it will rotate. If we apply effort from this side, then this bar will rotate to this side and this side will rotate to upward side. So there will be two type of rotations. Both of the sides are producing torque. One of the side is producing torque and the other side is also producing torque. This side is producing anti-clockwise torque and this side is producing clockwise torque. Okay, now here we have the concept of positive torque and negative torque. What are positive torque, what are negative torque? If any of the body is rotating clockwise, like if this is a bar, then by applying force on this side it will move to this side clockwise. Okay, and this will move to the upward side, means anti-clockwise. So when the body produces a torque clockwise, then the torque will be positive, and the body produces the torque anti-clockwise, then anti-clockwise torque is called negative torque. Always it will be the negative torque when the body move anti-clockwise, and the body will move clockwise, then the torque produced will be called positive torque. So if there will be a question in your paper that a force of 5 newton acting on a moment arm clockwise, then the produced torque will be dash. So you will get confused that how we calculate the value of torque, because the value of moment arm is not given, but the point which is given in this MCQ, that the moment arm is moving clockwise. If the moment arm is moving clockwise, then you have to just write the value will be positive or negative. If it will be anti-clockwise, then the value will be negative, and if this will be uh, clockwise, then the value of produced torque is positive. Okay, now if you have any confusion regarding this topic, torque and moment arm, or clockwise or means positive torque and negative torque, so you can ask me. Okay, now the next topic we will discuss, that is conditions for equilibrium. What are the conditions for equilibrium? Okay, what are the conditions for equilibrium? First of all, we can say the sum of all forces acting on the body becomes zero. This sign is called epsilon, and we use epsilon to show summation. Okay, it means whenever the sign is written with any of the quantity, then it means you have to it means there is more than one force. Summation means two or more than two forces are there. So if we take an example of a block, then we can say that if the force is applied on this block from right hand side of 10 newton and from left hand side from 10 newton, so one of the side will be considered as negative. If this side is positive, so this will be negative, and if this side will be positive, then this will be negative. So according to the condition, what is it saying? That sum of all the forces acting on the body. So sum of all the forces, how we sum it? So the 10 and minus 10 will be sum. 10 plus for summation and minus 10. When this plus sign and minus sign will multiply each other, so it will become minus 10 minus 10 become 0. So the summation of all the forces becomes 0, then the body will be in a state of equilibrium. Similarly, according to the second condition, we have sum of all torques acting on the body में जितने भी torques produce हो रहे हैं वो सारे के सारे 0 होने चाहिए उनके sum से. So we take an example of lever, that the as I told you, that if torque is produced clockwise, then the torque will be positive, and if torque is produced anti-clockwise, so the torque produced will be negative. So whenever you applied the force on it, and for its equilibrium condition, it will be equal in magnitude. So if we are going to add these, so similar method we use 50 plus minus 50, which will become 0. So the second condition of equilibrium will be sum of all torque acting on the body become 0. Okay, any confusion?